Profile share via email report story. Yes, third POV. Bonfires, swimming, video games and movies were how Izuku and Ochako spent their summer. Now today is the second to last day of summer and Izuku has nothing planned to do today. He couldn't spend today with Ochako. Her parents are spending the day with her today. So, Izuku is left at home, alone. His mom got a job when his dad left, so he doesn't get to see his mom a lot anymore. So he's left at home, alone with his thoughts. He doesn't want to bother Ochako, because then that would ruin her time with her parents. Izuku sat on the couch and turned on the TV to watch. A boring 3 hours passes by and all Izuku has been doing was sitting on the couch, binge-eating while watching action movies. He came across a movie called Space Jam that made him think about what he wanted to be when he grew up. Being in the NBA didn't at all sound bad to him, but is that really what he wanted to be when he grew up? Another hour passes. Finally, his mom came home. Hey, Izuku, his mom, Inko Midoriya, greeted him. Izuku shoved a half-eaten sandwich in his mouth and waved to his mom. We have to go to the store today and pick up school supplies. Do you need anything? Inko asked. School already sounds like a nightmare to Izuku. Yeah, I ran out of pencils. Izuku said, swallowing his sandwich. Izuku Sally loves to learn. He was the smartest kid in his grade last year. Hence one of the nicknames Bakugo gave Izuku, nerd. Izuku didn't act like the smartest kid though. The thing about school that sounds like a nightmare to Izuku is the kids. Bakugo's bullying made him scared to meet new people. The kids from Izuku's middle school is most likely not going to be in Izuku's high school though. The high school that Izuku is going to is one of the most popular schools in Japan, Ua High School. Ua is almost like a college, it's for the smart, gifted, kids. You have to take this huge test to get in though. It helps kids figure out what they want to do for their career and what's best for them to be. Everybody wants to go there, but the school only takes the best of the best. Izuku was just lucky enough to ace the test and get in the school. Izuku still doesn't know if Ochako got into the school though and that scares him. Alright, I'm going to the store, I'll be right back. Inko said as she left the house again, leaving Izuku all alone again. He goes back to binge eating and watching Pickle Rick for the 1000th time. He turns himself into a pickle. He calls himself Pickle Rick, funniest shish tea I've ever seen, Izuku said inside his head. Finally, it was night time. Izuku was tired from doing nothing all day. He lied down in bed and got out his phone. Broccoli boy, hey, have a fun day. It took 5 minutes, but she replied. Secretly Kirby, yeah, I got dragged into every store in town and had to try on 50 different clothes. What did you do today? Broccoli boy, ate and watched movies. I watched a show about a scientist and his grandson going to all these different places in the universe and fighting all these monsters and stuff. I wish I had a life as cool as that. Secretly Kirby, dang, wish I could have been there to see that. Broccoli boy, no you don't. Well, it was a cool show, but your day sounds way more awesome than mine. Secretly Kirby, to you, a day is awesome as long as you get out of the house. You are seeing new stuff and all of that while I'm just going somewhere I can go to any day. I wish I could have seen a grandpa and kid fight monsters. Broccoli boy, sad face, I wanted to go outside today but without you it would be pointless, sad face. Izuku's face turned completely red after seeing what he sent her. He wanted to delete the text, but knew it would be pointless because she already read it. Secretly Kirby, lol. Okay, let's go outside then. Broccoli boy, tomorrow. You mean tomorrow, right? I'm confused. Secretly Kirby. I'll meet you at the park. You better be there in 5 minutes. Broccoli boy. Wait, now. He didn't get a reply, meaning yes now. Izuku immediately got out of bed, opened his window, crawled out, and took off running to the park. He was tired, but the adrenaline of him and Ochako sneaking out and getting away with it was filling his body to the rim. He sprinted all the way to the park and was now looking around for Ochako. You got here quick, a voice said from behind him. Izuku jumped and looked behind him. Ochako, Izuku said in surprise. The one and only. Now come on, Ochako said, walking past Izuku and motioning him to follow her. They silently walked through the park and up a hill. They made it to the top and looked out at a view. It was a view of through the park and the city. Izuku stared out in awe as his eyes sparkled, the same for Ochako. Amazing, right? Asked Ochako. Izuku nodded. I don't know why, but sometimes I can feel that a lot has happened here. Ochako said, looking at Izuku. Izuku looked back at her. He smiled and sat down, motioning Ochako to sit down too. Yeah, a lot probably has. Izuku says as he continued to look out at the view. Then all was silent. You think that we should go back? Ochako asked. Sure, Izuku replied, getting up. He didn't want to leave, but if Ochako wants to, then he probably should too. They began their route back. Can we go back there again sometime? Izuku asked. Yeah, Ochako happily answered. They made it back home, waving to each other as they went back inside. He crawled back in through his window and lied back down in bed. He fell asleep with only one thing, or rather person, in mind. Ochako Uraraka. That moment on the hill may not have been much, but to him it was everything. The two may be a little too dense to admit it, but something special was there with them. At the top of the hill. IDK, this chapter may be a little dragged out. But I'll try to get better. At this time, I felt the need to throw Pickle Rick into the chapter, mainly because Rick and Morty is my favorite TV show that is not BNHA or Steven Universe. Anyway, I'll try and improve this story. I have a good plan for it inside my head and what's written down in my notebook. I just don't know how I'm going to write it down in the form of a story, but I'm trying. Anyway, hope you enjoyed Weird Kid. Where stories live. Discover now.